Okay people, so My Hero Academia's manga with its wrap-up just made history. It just went into the history books, and a lot of this, I gotta say, is a testament to never giving up, because one of the things My Hero Academia showed throughout the story, and it's also been a reflection with the author, is that if you keep on being consistent, if you keep on giving it your all and never quit, never surrender, ultimately you could achieve your dreams, you can reach your goals, you will be able to get to the quote-unquote mountaintop. Because just like Deku wanted to be a hero and he started off with no quirk and eventually became one of the greats and was able to stop Shigaraki and All For One, two of the most notorious villains in all of history, because he never gave up, My Hero Academia's author Kohei Horikoshi also never gave up, and that's one of the things that I think allowed and helped for this milestone to even become a thing, because the creator of My Hero Academia for years now has been notoriously having to go on breaks, and we've seen it with many different authors constantly are getting sick because they're overworked, their schedules be ridiculous. We've seen Eiichiro Oda talk about working for 21 hours a day, so on and so forth, and Kohei Horikoshi has been having to take off weeks where he was scheduled to be in the magazine of Shonen Jump and then ultimately at the very last second wasn't able to complete the chapter. There's just been so many different instances of the series having to go on small or brief hiatuses, but again, the man never gave up, despite the fact that it felt like the manga was extended, where I think it was end of 2022, Kohei Horikoshi was basically saying that, yeah, the manga is about to end very soon, and the manga kept on going for pretty much another 2 years. He still never threw in the towel. He kept on going, and honestly, this is the fruits of his labor, because My Hero Academia just went into the history books of being one of the highest selling volume finales of any manga in history. Pretty much the final volume sales for My Hero Academia was so astronomical and people were so excited to pick up the volume. It sold crazily and sold more volumes than I believe any of like the last handful of volumes of My Hero Academia even did. Make sure to subscribe and hit that bell if you want more videos. Now granted, of course, sales doesn't equate to quality, but again, it is always a nice treat to see a creator that you're supportive of, or a manga, a series, a show, whatever the case may be that you're, rooting for, to actually see them see the fruits of their labor, because My Hero Academia has faced a lot of adversity. The internet would tell you for the last couple of years that, oh my god, it fell off, it's the worst series in the world. Yet that was just a narrative that was around, because ultimately the series kept on going and has been thriving and been very successful. Because the first announcement we got before we even got the finalized sales of My Hero Academia was that the final volume, My Hero Academia 42 by Kohei Horikoshi, had reached 1 million copies in circulation alone. Now that means that basically 1 million books were shipped out to stores across Japan in the very first week, which I don't believe My Hero Academia has had in a long time, if ever, that they shipped out 1 million books all within the first week. Because My Hero, it's for the last few years sold anywhere from, I want to say, about 500,000 to 700,000-800,000, sometimes a bit lower. It just depends on how many days the counting would be for the volume's release. The volume was quickly reprinted though, with it being available again in stores on December 25th. So for Christmas, if you're in Japan, you got a second chance at getting your hands on this book. Because of those 1 million copies that were shipped to stores in the first week, 616,671 copies were purchased from people that wanted the manga, and I don't believe this includes digital sales either, so I don't even know what the full number would be. But essentially My Hero Academia's final volume did 616,000, and you're probably like, okay, well, how does that make history? That's a huge number, but where's the historic aspect? Apparently, again, that is one of the highest selling final volumes in comparison to some of the biggest Goliaths of manga of all time. Because according to this list, the best-selling final volumes of manga for the first week, according to Oricon, at number 8 was the final volume of Bleach 74 with 248,000 copies. At number 7, Tokyo Ghoul Re volume 16 with 332,000 copies. At number 6, Kuroko no Basket volume 30, 383,000 copies. At number 5, Haikyuu 45, 432,000. And My Hero Academia becomes the 4th highest selling final volume of any manga, with volume 42 at 616,000 copies. copies, only being beaten by, again, incredible company, Naruto Volume 72 that did almost 900,000, 892,000 copies for the final volume. Attack on Titan barely beating out Naruto with 897. Wow, that's crazy. Attack on Titan did only 5k more than Naruto's final volume. And then Demon Slayer, that was just way out of here, stratosphere, with its 23rd volume doing 3.4 million copies. I don't even remember that being the case. That is so insane. So yeah, My Hero Academia is in the history books, top 5 highest selling final volume of all time. I think that this is truly one of those stories where you can really look at it and hopefully be inspired that if you keep on going, if you keep on never giving up, if you keep on just chasing after what it is you want in life, you can achieve anything that you want. My Hero Academia, yeah, it did it. It did it even towards the very end.
Even when I wanna quit and say this is it, I think what type of example am I leading for my kids? See, faith without works is a dead road. If we take it too personal, we dead wrong. But I'ma never let up, yes I know we that strong.